All right, guys, how's it going tonight? It's good to see. Looks like we got Trevor and Nathan on from Hooked on Adventure. So, welcome, guys. Excited about tonight. It should be a fun episode. Um, like I said in my posts, this one's going to be very Kayla driven. So, excited about that. I know she's going to have some. I think she'll have some good input on it. It's really going to be kind of telling her story on starting kayak fishing with me. So I'm excited to hear her story because we've talked about it a little bit, but excited to hear her really put it out there. Again, if you guys have friends that want to get together and start fishing together, or a guy is wanting to talk his wife into joining, share this with them. I would love for more people to see this video. This is one that I think really should be out to as many people as possible. I think there's a good chance that this one's a pretty important video for some people. It's a question that I get asked very, very frequently, especially when we go to tournaments and stuff. I get asked about, how did I get my wife to join me on fishing? I got asked multiple times at our championship tournament last year. And then, as we go and travel to tournaments together, I get a lot of questions on it. So, yeah, really excited. So, I think we will go ahead and just kick it off and let Kayla lead out with kind of telling her story, what made her decide to join me for the first time, and then kind of how we went from there.
Hi, Granville. Hi, guys. It's nice to see you tonight. Thanks for joining us. So, I honestly thought it was crazy, which I've mentioned that before for kayak fishing. Fishing out of a kayak to me, at first, the sound of it sounded just horrible, to be honest. It sounded like chaos. And I have enough chaos in my life. So it didn't really sound like something that would interest me. Um, but you know, I'm trying to, I don't know where to start. There's a lot to all of it. Like, it's not just like a straightforward story. There's a whole lot to it. So it's kind of debated on where to start, but let's just start with growing up. I did fish here and there, mainly, like bluegill fishing, crappie fishing, things like that. I remember catching a few catfish here and there, and even the occasional bass, of course. And I always enjoyed it. We had friends in youth group that had an awesome pond. It's funny. It's literally what I'm talking about right
Yeah.
now, Sean.
Yeah. Really perfect timing for the question, Sean.
Yeah. So, like growing up in youth group, one of my Sunday school teachers had a house with a pond on it, and we would go fish out there and ride around in a paddle boat. And I remember that. But there's a difference in fishing and learning to fish. Because and this is important for parents and everyone else to know, like,
Yeah.
like you can take your kids fishing or you could teach them how to fish, or same with, whoever you take out. So I never really learned. Like, I fished with whatever pole I was given, whatever lure I was given. I couldn't tell you when we started what any lure was.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea. I did fish with lures, mainly crappie jigs, those little crappie tubes or whatever. So yes, I did fish. I remember going out. My dad had a boat here and there occasionally growing up. I remember going out a handful of times with him. Um, oh, stay safe.
Yeah. Be safe, Trevor.
um, I remember going out with my dad a few times here and there, but not a lot. When we started dating, we went fishing a couple times
Yeah.
here and there, nothing major, but we did do it occasionally. Um, we went on some guided fishing trips here
Yep.
and there. My dad always took us on striper guide trips. When we first got married, for like the first couple years, we would go on striper guide trips. I never caught a single thing anytime we went, ever. And it was so frustrating. I was like, this is stupid. I don't know why we're paying some guy to go fish and catch nothing. And then I didn't go, and then they started catching fish. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it was me or what, but so like I have had fishing in my life, but I never learned to fish, truthfully. But I did like it. I thought it was fun. But anyways, we're just being honest. Like, we've been married for 15 years.
Yeah.
Like, that's a long time, honestly, especially nowadays, to be married to somebody. And you always reach a point, whether you're dating somebody or you're married to somebody, where you're always like, well, we just don't really have and maybe not, maybe you're the rare case, but you're like, well, we just don't really have fun like we used to, or
Yeah.
have, you know, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have fun together anymore. I hear people say that a lot, especially when, after a few years it settles down. And I remember listening to a podcast, because I love listening to podcasts. I'll be working in my shop and I always have a podcast on. I struggle with long form content and watching YouTube videos, so I apologize, guys. Eventually, I'll try to watch it, but I like to listen and do things with my hands, so I listen to a lot of podcasts. I was listening to a podcast, and she was talking about how as adults we just don't plan for fun in our lives, and how when you're a kid and stuff it's literally planned into your schedule, and how as an adult you need to plan fun into your lives in order to have fun. And it just really made a lot of sense for me, because we plan all our kids stuff, we plan all our functions and things like that, but we didn't really plan to have fun. And at that point in our marriage, we were working on, we had a few rough couple years. Everybody does, and at one point, it just kind of clicked, and we worked on building a life together that we loved, a life that we didn't want to escape from, a life
Yep.
that we wanted to enjoy and build together. When we started that, and I realized, we weren't necessarily having so much fun because we weren't really planning it into our lives. We didn't have money to go out on expensive dates every week. Like everyone's like, don't skip date night. Well, I don't have $50 to go out to eat and then 100 and
And
something to pay a babysitter.
yeah,
Like I don't have that type of
paying a
money.
babysitter a few $100
Yeah.
is tough. Hey Josh, hey Dad, how's it going tonight?
Hey guys. So I remember the first time I went, our usual dates are always going out to eat, getting ice cream because we love ice cream,
Yeah.
and then like walking around some stores and stuff. And I was just so bored of that. And so I said, why don't we go out on a kayak fishing? I said, I'll go try it. I'll just go out there with you and try it. I like kayaking, but at that point, I really only like kayaking to go see things. Like I would go out with my friend Natasha, and we would go, or Denia, both of us, and we'd go see, waterfalls or things like that. I enjoyed that, but we never really, really, really got to do that.
Tell her it's the second best podcast out there, and
That's
she
right.
should join you for watching
I'll give
it
you
live.
some tips for that in just a little bit. I promise. Here's the thing. Like, I can see all of these guys checking out on this because it is a long thought out process. Okay. So don't check out on me. Just like stick to it. Okay. But I told them, I said, why don't we, go kayak fishing or whatever. And we did it. And honestly, like, I just remember being out there, and we were catching like little bitty guys, just like, like we went to Bird Dog Pit, beautiful lily pads, beautiful scenery.
Yeah.
It was just so stinking. I love being outdoors. I always have. It was so stinking peaceful. It was just a lot of fun again. Like I don't know. It's just like it clicked. So for me, it just clicked and I loved it. And as soon as we got off the water, I didn't want to get off the water first off.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we got off the water, I was like, okay, so when can we go again? Like it was one of those things that for me, it just clicked. And it was all about building a life that we loved together. And so that's kind of what we've done. But I'm just going to be honest. Like not every woman it's not going to click for her, and not every woman is going to want to do it all the time and stuff like that. But it also doesn't mean that she can't join you sometimes. And I'm going to give you some tips to get your spouse out there to at least try it and just to be with you sometimes, because it's not going to be every woman's passion. I just truly fell back in love with it. And then getting into the tournament side of things and stuff just has helped me grow and kind of like deep dive into it. So that's just, it's not going to always happen. So don't like expect her to go out and want to fish tournaments, because she may not, but she can still go out and spend time with you, and you guys can still work on building something in your own ways to build a life that you love. So,
he said taking notes.
Right.
So I will say what she talked about, the place that I took her to the first time was a place where I was catching fish every time I was going out.
Yeah.
So I had confidence when we went out that when I would give her a lure, she would be able to throw it and catch something. Again, we didn't catch big fish. I didn't take her to my spots where I know I'm going to get big fish, because I didn't want to go out there and have her work for 4 to 5 hours and hope to get one fish. I wanted her to go out there and have success out there and just get the feel of what it's like to kayak fish.
You'll never guess what lure he had me put on. I bet you can't guess it.
Yeah.
What lure I started catching him on that day.
I can guarantee you if Chris joins, he would guess the first lure I tied on for you.
I'll leave that on there. Y'all guys can make some guesses, and I'll tell you in a minute. So that was going to be my first point. Don't expect her to fall in love with it. No, actually, no, you're wrong. It's the one Chase always catches fish on, and it's just like his go-to.
She'll probably get into the whopper plopper at some point though, because that became her favorite lure for quite a while.
Okay, guys, I'm pretty sure I'm self-diagnosed. Okay, so it wasn't a BFS one, but it was a crankbait. So I am self-diagnosed ADHD. I'm telling you, I probably need to go get some help. But so that's why I like the whopper flopper so much, is because it bubbles and it gives me something to like pay attention to, and you're constantly moving. But anyways, back to this. So don't expect her to necessarily fall in love with tournament fishing, but like I said, you can still, if it's something that matters to you and you're working on building a life together, no woman is not going to want to go spend time with you if you're asking in the right ways, which I'll get to. But don't always expect her to fall in love with fishing. We have friends, Philip and Gail, and it's so, I loved it. Like I say, it's funny, but not like in a like haha funny way. Like it was just so cute.
Yeah.
Because she does not fish at all, and she has a backpack, and her backpack is filled with things like coloring books and a fan, and she has her little umbrella and snacks and all of the things. But she still goes out there with them, and they still have a really great time. They're still out there together, even though they're not doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So that is still also possible. So, it's not necessarily just like, it's just about being out there together.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out,
Yeah,
Trevor.
Trevor's
Trevor said
having
he
some
posted some
bad
hail
weather
that they're
tonight.
having. We'll definitely get on and check that out later. Definitely going to be praying
I'm
for
a
your
storm
safety.
junkie.
Be safe.
I like watching Ryan Hall y'all's videos when he has watching storm coverage. I love watching that stuff.
Another thing on the Kayla side of things, where she talked about not every woman's going to like the tournament fishing and stuff like that. Kayla's always been competitive. We are big time board gamers. Like we love playing board games, and it is normally husband versus wife. Like we rarely play board games where we're on the same team.
No, we don't.
And
if possible.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing that we do a lot. You guys will see our videos where we do the husband versus wife challenge, and we make fun. Like we have a fun time going out there and kind of being competitive.
Yeah.
If you've got a wife that's competitive, challenge her. Get her, like, I'm not sure, Sean, how your wife is because we haven't met you guys in person. But if she has that competitive edge, then be like, hey, I bet you can't catch a fish on this lure tonight or something, kind of challenge her. That doesn't hurt. We like to do that. And I mean, we've made several videos on the challenge side of things.
So
tournament fishing can definitely be stressful, and it's definitely not for everybody.
But
I know a lot of guys that love to fish that hate tournament fishing.
No, some people just don't have the right mindset. But
yeah, board games are a blast.
Josh, you have a grandbaby? You do not look old enough to have a grandbaby. Wow, that's sorry. Get sidetracked easily. So be okay with her just being out there and not necessarily fishing with you, because not everyone's gonna love it. But if you do want to get her out there, and these are some good ways to get, I don't know how to word this right, but to make sure it's easier for her to get out there. First of all, you hate board games. That's so sad. I'm gonna have to show you some of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people are. See, catfishing. If he would have took me catfishing, I probably wouldn't have fallen in love with it, because sitting there and just basically staring at your pole, it's not active enough for me. Yeah. Oh yeah, I still get mad when I'm just.
She likes the casting and winding like I do.
Yeah.
Although she's getting the techniques like wacky rig, and she's starting to figure out Texas rig more.
But that's because Matt told me I could work it fast, and so I don't have to just sit there, and so it helps me. So first of all, just ask her, just tell her to go out there, and we can set up one in the boat for cat. Well, actually, that probably wouldn't work. I don't know. Y'all figure it out. Just ask her. And the best way to ask is not in a heated argument when you're frustrated and you're like, why don't you ever do anything with me? Use I statements when you're asking. Don't use you statements. Don't say, you never do anything that I love to do, or you never want to do this with me, or, you don't even care about what I'm interested in, things like that. Don't use those type of statements when you're asking. I don't know what he's doing.
You're good.
But use I statements. Like, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find my thing. It would mean a lot to me
I
if
had
you
to
came
grab
out with
my
me once in a
coffee.
while.
The backbone coffee, Sean.
I would feel so great if occasionally we could do this together. Things like that. If you use you statements, then everybody goes into automatic defense person. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and one of them is John Deloney's, and that's from him because he's pretty accurate on things like that and on communication, and he's really helped me.
Did you mean Sean Delaney or?
No. Well, now I forgot his name. What's his name?
John Deloney.
John Deloney. Thank you.
I was saying Sean Delaney.
Okay, well, you got me all confused. John Deloney.
You said you listen to podcasts, and I like to listen to Sean Delaney, so I was trying to help you out there.
But use I statements. Don't try to throw that under the bus, because a lot of times when you're in those situations where you're not necessarily having just fun together, you can get really frustrated and be like, well, you don't ever want to do this, and start throwing things in their faces, and that's not going to get anybody into anything. That would be funny. He doesn't. Okay, I love it when my husband comes fishing. Teresa said, I love it when my husband comes fishing with me, but he doesn't listen and loses his fish. It's frustrating. I get that. So honestly, me and Chase really kind of have different styles of fishing.
Oh, yeah.
I would think, I think our styles are incredibly different, which is why kayak fishing has been great for us, because we can still sort of split up, but still yet be together some of the day.
Yeah.
We split up most of the time now that I'm independent, because we fish way different than each other.
Yeah, we meet up multiple times throughout the day, like even tournament day.
Mhm.
An 8-hour day of fishing, we probably seen each other 7-8 times, but it was for a few minutes at a time, just to kind of say hey and ask how the other one was doing, and then we kind of moved off and did our own things.
Hi, Lewis.
Welcome. I really appreciate you joining, man.
Yeah,
good job.
On getting
Good job
place.
out at Bluegrass. That was pretty awesome. You did great out there.
So first of all, I will say that if Chase and I had tried this like 5 years ago, it wouldn't have happened. We had too many kids. So if your wife has kids all the kids are under like 6 or something like that, she's probably not going to be able to come out as much. And she's right, and that stage is just like straight survival stage, or at least it was for me. It was like just straight survival of the fittest, like trying to keep everybody alive and somewhat happy. So it was just kind of, it wouldn't have been as possible, but it's not necessarily impossible. But if your wife has young kids and you're trying to get her to go out there, then you need to take care of the responsibilities when you ask her. You need to set up the babysitter, and you need to take that off her plate if you want her to go. It's just, that would be the best way. And then tell her, first of all, if you tell her that you booked the babysitter yourself, she's going to just probably kiss you right then and there, because that is just such a weight lifted off our shoulders when we don't have to plan that. It's literally one of the best things you can ever hear, is when something like that is planned for you. But make sure that's taken care of. Make sure anything that's around the day that you're wanting to go out with together is taken care of. It just like make sure all that's taken care of, because that helps so much. We have older kids now, starting to be able to kind of watch themselves for just a handful of hours. So that makes it a lot easier for us. But, taking care of the responsibilities, and then remind her that nobody can ask for a snack out on the water as long as you turn off your text messages. And then, there's untouched time, quiet time. I always joke around about that, because it truly is like the most peaceful time when we're out on the water. So, make sure that is going for you. And, I don't know. That's kind of like the gist of it. I'm sure we'll like bounce off and take some questions and things like that, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Don't be set on her having to fish with you. Be okay with her just, doing her own thing, but being out there with you, and take the responsibility off her shoulders. And that's a big help at getting out there.
Yeah.
And like I said, just put it out there. Say, hey, I want to build a life that we love together. Because for a long time, I think we were both working on we both had different pictures in our head. I can't help it. John Deloney talks about pictures and words, which I think he got from some videos, but that's where I heard it from. A lot of times we both have different, we use the same words, but we have different pictures in our head. So if you sit down and talk about, get aligned in your vision together, that helps a lot too. So just sometimes we got to be careful that our words line up with the pictures that we have in our head. I don't know. But that's what I have for that as far as getting out there. But I don't know. Something about it for me clicked. When you become a mom and you kind of like get in that thing, you kind of forget what you even like. Like I remember writing down like, I don't even know what my hobbies are or what I like or anything like that. And I've tried things here and there, I've tried going out, but there was something about fishing. I truly just think it was something that I was meant to do and to learn. So it just something that clicked for me. So, okay, let me read some of these comments here.
Trevor said he had a funny story about kayaking with his wife where she had a small bass jump into her kayak, told her to quickly toss it out since she didn't have her license. That's pretty good.
Well, as long as you're filming, it's okay because you have proof that she didn't actually.
I had one in a tournament last year. It was shortly after my my appendix was removed, and I was out at the tournament and I was fishing pretty hard and having a rough day. It was a slow day because I was still sore, and I had one jump in the kayak and it hit my leg and then flopped back out, and it was like, man, like that makes you want to just grab that fish and measure it because you're not getting your limit. It was pretty funny. But yeah, you never know. They will definitely jump in the kayak. It doesn't happen a lot, but it can happen.
I am used to them jumping out of the kayak, but not into it.
Sean said he runs the banks with the trolling motor on 60%, and she's back there with her bobber set at 12 inches with a worm on it, thinking she's gonna catch something. Yeah. That's you're moving pretty quick there. It's hard to not saying that something won't grab that bobber, but it's not that likely. Yeah. So for me, I had been, again, she talked about us. We've been married for 15 years. So
almost.
Yeah, it'll be 15 years in just a couple months. Yeah. So we already kind of did our anniversary trip. So that's what happens, we kind of did our anniversary trip. So we're kind of counting it like we've made it there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so we've been married 14 and a half years, 14 and 3/4 of a year, something like that. And man, you hit times where you just don't have all the closeness that you always had. And that's what she kind of talked about earlier was, finding things that got us, really got us excited to spend time around each other more, because you just get in the monotony of life. Like she was talking about, planning your fun. You get in the monotony of life, and life gets in the way of everything that should be fun. And you just kind of live. Your thoughts are, well, hey, I've got to raise my family. I've got to, just get through taking care of the kids. I've got to do my daily job. I've got to, make money for our house and for the groceries, and, for her, plan out the groceries, plan out the meals, balance checkbooks and all that work, and you just think about, I've got to do those things. And you don't think about what can I do to keep my mind right, keep our relationship strong. And I'm not going to say that we don't fight, because we do, without a doubt. There's times that even on fishing days, we'll have a fight. But this has really made us stronger together. I will say, we get to spend that time together. Again, it's the time where it's focused on doing what we're enjoying to do and spending the time out there enjoying each other. Like one of my favorite things, and like I said, we do the husband versus wife challenge. And when I do that, I'm out there to win. My goal is to win. I don't win all the time, but even during that challenge, when I find out she catches a big one, I'm celebrating that with her. Like that's something really exciting. When we're in a tournament, she's, I think, beat me. We've fished 4 tournaments and she's beat me 2. I've beat her 2. and and
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, but she's beat me in a couple of the tournaments this year, and I'm not upset about that. Like I'm excited for her. When I see her doing well, it's exciting for me. You know, our third tournament, which our fourth tournament literally just posted today. So if you guys haven't watched that, check that video out after this. But our third tournament, she she fished really well. I mean, she struggled up until the last hour and then she put her limit together. But she had caught fish early on in the day and then put her limit together within the last hour and culled some out. And I think I caught 3 fish total that together equaled 20 inches. So, yeah, 3 fish together that equaled 20 inches. And like that was a pretty brutal day for me. 8 hours on the water fishing hard and coming up with 3 tiny fish. And I was happy for her. I wasn't upset. Like I kind of upset at how I fished. Yes. Do I think I could have done things better? Yes. But ultimately, I celebrated her. Like that's huge. Seeing her go out there, catch her limit, and complete a good solid limit that day. So, you know, going out there and just spending time together and celebrating her victories as much as you celebrate yours. We talked about fishing with kids on one of our other previous episodes, and it's just the same. Like, if you're out there just worried about you, then I promise you she's not going to enjoy it.
Yeah, I forgot to
If
mention
if
that.
you go out there focused on, well, I've got to come out here and I've got to have a good day on the water. I've got to catch fish. Like, that is not going to do it for her. That's not going to make her think, "Oh, hey, this is fun to spend time with him because he's still coming out here just focusing on himself." Like, be there for her. Celebrate her victories. I will never forget Mother's Day last year when she caught her first fish. It was first solid fish. I think it was 18 and a half, or it may have been 18 inches. But she caught it on a whopper plopper. And that was when she had first started like getting that excitement for the whopper plopper. She caught it on a whopper plopper. We landed it. It was her first solid fish, and like the excitement on her face, like how happy she was for landing that fish, got me pumped up. Like I was so happy with that, and I'd had a decent day that day too. I landed a few fish, but she landed the biggest fish of the night, and I wasn't upset about that. I wasn't like, oh hey, I need to keep on fishing until I catch one better. It was like we both celebrated that moment. It was really, really cool.
Pretty much. Suck up.
Yeah, yeah. Sean said, "I hear you saying try to earn brownie points," and that is 100% how it is. I mean, celebrate her. Go out there, go out there and celebrate her.
Hi, Chris.
Chris from
Good to see you back on.
Mid Tennessee Angling said, "Everyone pray for Clay." So
He said eating everyone, but his tag
yeah,
is pray for Clay.
yeah. So definitely pray for Clayton. He has chemo starting tomorrow. So if you guys don't know about that, check out Midwest or Mid Tennessee Angling. Check out his
Fishing for
channel.
Hope on Facebook.
Yeah, and Fishing for Hope on Facebook.
Yeah, so that was something I was actually gonna mention, and I totally forgot. Is if she does go out there and she does want to start learning, you have to be patient and you have to teach. Like for the first probably 4 to 6 months, even he came over, he would net any fish that needed netted, he would unhook them. For first while, measure, weigh, whatever we needed to be done. He was doing that, tying on all my lures.
I would normally hand her the fish and get a picture of her holding the fish.
Yeah, but I didn't.
And she would release it back in. But I would do all the measuring.
Unhooking.
Yeah, I would unhook the fish. I mean, another big part of that is, especially if you're throwing treble hook baits, which again, I encouraged her to throw a crankbait.
Yeah.
She was scared of getting hooks in her. So I wasn't going to chance her getting a hook in her and run fishing for her.
Yeah.
Keep on. Sorry.
It's okay. No, but patience and teaching is a good thing because, I can't say what I want to say, but it just really helps when, you show patience, especially when people aren't used to that and they need that when they're being taught. So Sean said, trying to make her switch from live bait to lures is my struggle. So if she likes live baits, teach her a wacky worm where it's still really similar, like where she can still kind of just set it there and pull it
And
up.
you know how to throw a wacky. Sean is all about the wacky.
I would say teach her that. I mean, it's pretty that's what I did with Anna. She loves bobber and worms. So I was kind of teaching her like all that stuff, but um
Yeah. Yeah, and that's throwing out some jigs under a bobber. I mean, you would think that would kind of appeal to her.
Is she just
Another
maybe a
thing,
catfisher
yeah.
catfisher
Another thing
woman
to
at
try,
heart?
Sean, is, and I know you guys kind of talk about your lakes maybe not being the best, but something that I would do is get her on something that's exciting when they bite it. So, whereas the wacky rig, it's sometimes that subtle bite and sometimes it's a thump, but I mean, there's some excitement in fighting them in because you're normally on a spinning rod that's a little bit lighter and there's some drag peeling. But like Kayla, she was throwing the whopper plopper and that blow up got her excited. So Kayla was, fishing that whopper plopper, and we would go out and fish sometimes 4 to 5 hours at a time. And she would throw whopper plopper for the first like 2 hours straight. And if she didn't get a bite, she might switch over and throw a crankbait, throw something else. And then
For the first year,
within
it's
just a
pretty
little
much
while,
whopper
whopper
ploppers and
plopper again.
crankbaits.
And she would just throw that whopper plopper, throw that whopper plopper, and she would get bit. If you spend time with the lure, even when it doesn't seem like the right time for them to bite that lure, a lot of times you'll still end up getting a bite. And if you can get her out there and get her on a topwater bite, that might change things for her too. But you've just got to go out at the right time that topwater is going to be fire. And if you get her catching them on it, that might change things.
Maybe.
And it may not, but I'm just saying it might. I also saw my dad say he's not competitive when someone's fishing with him. He's more concerned about them catching and fish and enjoying it. And that's exactly kind of what I was talking about earlier. Seeing her catch fish, I was celebrating her. She actually, to this day, her PB is bigger than my PB.
And it will stay that way for all eternity.
It will not. But her PB right now is a 21 1/4 inch bass that weighs just under 6 pounds, 5.5 pounds. And she caught a 21.
5 1/4.
She caught a 21 this year as well. So she's passed me 2 times.
It was so close to passing my PB, but it just wasn't there.
Her 2 biggest bass are both bigger than what my biggest bass is. So, yeah, and I remember when she landed it and we measured. That was when I was still measuring fish. The first one was.
Yeah. And I was terrified to hold them because it wasn't so much like the sliminess of it. It wasn't that. Because, like, that doesn't bother me. I was terrified of getting hurt. Like, I didn't want it to hurt. So most people that are scared of holding fish, they just don't want to get hurt. So that basically what it came down to, and getting more and more comfortable with it. I have the real in me, like, basically what I consider my glow up of, like, learning how to, like, hold them and do it. And now I feel fairly confident in all of that. I'm tying my own lures now and all that stuff. But I still would rather him tie it, for just being honest, but I do tie them.
Yeah, she caught that fish and it was excitement. I remember at the end of the day we were talking about it and I was like, "You passed up my PB," and she was like, "I'm so sorry." She felt kind of bad about it. And I was like, "There's no reason to be sorry. That was so exciting." Like I do all the editing on our full length videos. She does shorts. She's really good at shorts. If you guys have watched any of her stuff on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, she does really good at shorts. She makes some awesome ones. She's made a couple for me. Hers normally do really well. But for the full length videos, I do all the editing and I go through her footage and I get excited while going through and editing the footage. Like today I'm editing a video that I'll post for Friday. And I've been going through that footage today and like seeing her catch some little dink bass because we went to a place that we just thought we could get on some fish and have fun topwater fishing.
It's also a good frog fishing area.
Yes.
Like, it just is.
And seeing her catch fish, or even when she messes up, like she lost one at the boat and she turned around and she was like, "Don't judge me. Don't say anything."
Because I did some really stupid stuff.
She's like, "I know what I did wrong. know the mistakes I made, and so it's fun. I have a ton of fun editing the footage, and it just makes me more excited to join her on the water. Join her on the water again.
He is becoming the frog king.
Sean says Chase is frog king. I literally have fallen in love with frog fishing so
It's
much.
a lot of fun.
It's a blast.
And I don't know where it went. I was trying to find it. So Sean said, I plan on trying to throw spoons on Lake Erie for Steelhead in about 4 weeks. If I can get her on Steelhead, it's game over. What I think he meant to say is in 4 weeks, you should come down and we'll catch them Steelhead together. But I don't know. Maybe I just read that wrong.
He wants us to come out there for sure. So
we'll just drive down for Saturday one day.
I'm sure
Friday, Saturday.
He would be more than happy with us joining him for some Steelhead. Okay.
Hi, Granville. It's good to see you on here.
Yes.
Hope your recovery's going
I
well.
actually saw his picture. He posted a picture in his story earlier today, and you're looking good, man. Congratulations. It looks like you're recovering and looking happy. I saw a good smile. So he said he loves talking to new people into fishing.
Come in November. Okay. That's probably better. We probably have more money.
That's exciting. I like getting new people to go fishing too. I like getting, especially kids fishing, or getting people that are kind of new to fishing kind of into it more. Something that I think is really fun. I've done it a couple times at the little pond that's not far from work.
Sorry.
If I see kids out there throwing certain lures, I might come up and be like, hey, here's what I'm catching them on, and give them a lure that I've been catching fish on that might get them excited to try new things. So that's something that is a lot of fun.
Granville asked if you would, where to go?
Do the annual frog tournament on a bass boat. You know what? So I would love to fish the Delta. If you see our dream destinations, the Delta is one of the places I said I would like to fish. I would like to fish the California Delta. That would be a lot of fun. So I have almost no interest in fishing out of a bass boat, but for the frog tournament, that would be fun. And Greg Blanchard's videos, I mean, he's one of my favorite creators.
But we may have heard some talk about possibly a kayak version of the all frog.
So Jeremy Hickman is working on potentially setting up, and it may just be a fun tournament for the Freedom Squad group, but setting up a all frog tournament kind of like that, because he enjoyed that video too. And I would definitely fish it. I would probably want to have a few extra frogs, like a few different types of frogs, because an all day frogging, having multiple different types of frogs would help out.
The soft body frogs still count in that?
So, yep. So they'll throw toads. They'll throw buzz toads. So you can have a buzz toad on there. You can throw, your toads. You can throw, the frogs that have like the props on the back of them. That would be a lot of fun. Louis Pardo said he admires everything we do in the tournaments as a family. Fishing and nature are an excellent place to educate the kids. Wish you much success. And
thank you, Louis.
And I really appreciate that. And he just sent $9.99.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was so great meeting you.
So special.
Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. It was awesome meeting him at the ramp. We met him on tournament day for our last tournament.
Yeah, it was nice.
You guys will see as you scroll names, he was second place. So
yeah,
congratulations.
He did really
I'm glad you came to Bluegrass and fished it. Hope to see you in the next tournament at September, I think. The week of September 11th, I think, is when it hits.
Possibly.
So we love what we're doing. We're so blessed to be able to have this opportunity. So it's been a ton of fun. So looking forward to everything that comes out of the fishing world for us. And YouTube has been awesome for us. It's been something that I've had a ton of fun doing, and it's even more fun doing it now that Kayla's here with me.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to learn and get together. Sorry, I'm trying to read the comments, and I'm trying not to read with my mouth because I noticed that I do that, and it drives me nuts.
Chris said his new venture is helping terminally ill kids connect with anglers, and that's an awesome thing. I think it's really special what you're working on. I saw that, John got to go meet Clayton, and yeah, it looked like
That's really cool.
that was really awesome. I
Totally.
saw that KC Custom Rods is actually
Built
making
him
a
a
rod for
rod. That
him,
was really
and
nice.
that's so cool. So yeah, there's big things coming out of that. I think that's going to grow majorly, and we will definitely be a part of that.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, always behind you, Chris. We
yep,
believe in you.
backing you up. Number one, you're a great guy.
Yeah.
We loved meeting you. We had a blast with you, and what you're doing is great. I think it's definitely a work from God. So
Um, we had a couple other questions too, so we'll probably answer those. But if you have any more, I hope I did that justice. Like we get 2 questions. Well, I say that he gets more of the good questions, but I hear 2 responses a lot. It's either how do you get your wife fishing, or something along the lines of does she go with you all the time?
yeah,
Like if you're fishing to get away from your wife, you should probably work on building a life that you don't need to escape from. But I'm not going to go down that
yeah.
rant. But I'm just saying. But so as far as that, I hope I answered that to the best of my ability. Like I don't know, it was probably a God thing, like I said, that we just found it and was able to do it together.
Yeah.
So I don't know about any of that, but
it's definitely been a blessing. I feel like it's been a blessing for our marriage. It's definitely helped us out.
we
So
I realized over winter though how much it helps our marriage when we weren't doing it and we were starting to struggle again.
Yeah, which hopefully this winter it's not as crazy as last winter was,
Right?
and we can see more of that.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't do real well in the freezing cold fishing temps, so that's something I have to work on. We did go, like I did bundle up and go, but man, I sure was glad when it wasn't so cold and we got to go back out.
I see Sean's made some comments about boats better than kayaks, bass boats better than
Yeah,
kayaks.
he said that he's probably on the wrong channel to be doing that. Yeah, we're all kayaking this year for the most part. That's not true, actually. It's not true at all. But
my dad's a boat guy, and
Josh
Josh
fishes a lot.
Josh has been smacking them on the bank. He has caught.
And at Patoka Lake, which
Sean, you may need to talk Josh Lanham into coming up there and fishing some tournaments with you, because this guy's catching. I think he caught an 18-inch smallie from the bank.
Yeah.
And on a lake that is like brutal, on a lake that most people have not got limits on any of the tournaments that we've seen this year. So like it's pretty major that he's going out there and finding them on the bank when these kayakers and boat guys are not even catching a limit.
You've caught some good ones.
I've seen your posts. Don't you even act like you don't know what we're talking about. I've seen your posts. You've caught some good fish this year, man.
That's right.
Either that, yeah, he said 19 and a quarter too. Either that, or you're just pulling up fish pictures from the past and reposting them. I don't know.
Googling fish pics.
No, you're doing awesome out there. So I did get a couple questions. Well, one person made a comment, and it was Travis from That Fishing Noob. He made a comment just kind of wanting to hear our story. So, hopefully he goes back and listens to this, because I know he was unable to make the live tonight. He wanted to kind of hear Kayla's story on getting her started. I know he would love for his wife to join him on the water more. She does sometimes.
Also, what I would tell him more than anything is the fact that they have extremely young kids right now. And it's just a season where you have to tough it out and make it through. Like, that's all I have to say about that is when your kids are little, it's just kind of survival. Like, I couldn't focus on much other than doing what I was supposed to be doing.
Yeah, my dad said fishing is the ultimate stress relief. But even if he's not catching, he's still enjoying being in nature. And we feel the same way. I know if you watch the videos, you see Kayla feels that way, because it's like if there's a raccoon, Kayla's going to be like, look at that.
She tried to catch a turtle last time we were out. I was going to take it home with me.
She gets excited. Like, she talks to almost every creature she sees.
She
always has conversations with them. So it's always, again, fun for me when I'm editing, because I'll post them here and there, but you guys don't know the amount that I don't post.
It's so cute.
I'm excited to see that video then, because I've not got to that yet.
It was on
Was it on Bird Dog or the tournament?
It was
Or
a challenge.
our
Yeah.
challenge? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I have not got to editing
I
that
didn't
at all.
actually try to catch it, but I seen it and I thought about it for a
Trevor
second.
said he's been having more deer encounters. Yeah, we've had several deer this year. We saw a bunch while we were in
I was saying in
Minnesota.
Minnesota we were not so much at our local place. We do see them
Yeah.
occasionally, but not a lot. Lots of beavers, lots of
Yeah.
what's that other thing called?
Muskrats. We've
Muskrats.
seen a lot of muskrats this
And
year.
that was actually really funny because they were like, he was like, I guess building his home.
Yeah.
I don't really know. And he was just busy working all day, going back and forth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, why don't you pick the leaves that are right by your hole, man?
Sean said he's usually busy shaking a minnow at crappie that he thinks are smallmouth on the live scope. Sean has been really working to learn that live scope this year, and he's starting to figure it out. So yeah, like he's catching fish on it. He's just sometimes you got to learn which fish are which. I have nothing to say there because I've not done it at all. So we did get a couple questions from Granville. One of the first ones, he said, is the KAS becoming our favorite tournament series? So, and the KAS is the Kayak Adventure Series. So I would say if I could make every single Kayak Adventure Series tournament, I would make it.
Oh, yeah.
I love the format of it. It's so cool getting to go out and meet all the other anglers. We got to meet people that we compete with at our local, some of our local tournaments that we've not got to meet at them. We've got to meet out there at the Kayak Adventure Series. Mm-hmm. Some of the guys that fish our grubby tournaments, because the way the format of grubby is, it's a 5 days of fishing. You sign up for 1 day. Mm-hmm. So you might fish with people every single tournament for 2 years, and they pick a different day than you. You never see them on the water. So we've got to meet multiple people that I've fished against on grubby tournaments and got to meet them at the last Kayak Adventure Series. So that was really cool. Again, I love the format and like seeing all these people. I mean, number one, it's cool meeting guys like Drew Gregory. If you're a bass fisherman, it's cool meeting guys who have won a Bassmaster event. You know, that's awesome. Drew Gregory.
I say Christine Fisher was at the last one, which we weren't there, but that would have been
Josh
cool.
Shranko. I mean, talking about
there's just so many of them out
some
there.
top anglers that have won Bassmaster events against hundreds of other kayakers and won thousands of dollars fishing. Drew Gregory has won literally everything you could win in a kayak. I mean, he's won KBF. He's won KBF AOY. He's won Bassmaster. He's won Bassmaster AOY. He has won the Hobie when Hobie did BOS, and he's won Hobie BOS, the AOY for it as well. So, I mean, like, how cool is it to meet a guy who's won all these top things? That's awesome. That's really cool. And he's a down-to-earth guy. So, I mean, it's cool getting to meet people. It's cool getting to meet people that are in the content creation thing. I've got to meet several while we were at some of these. I would absolutely love to go to one that had John Dalton, which I've met John Dalton, but I would love to go to one that had him there and get to spend some more time with him. That's still one of my goals. And I know.
Yes, we do. SD Outdoors, it's good to see you.
Yeah.
Jay said he was checking out your videos earlier.
Thanks for joining today, man. Appreciate it.
What I'll say about the Kayak Adventure Series and why it is kind of becoming one of our favorite trails is because it's built around exactly what we love about this in its community. It's built around that because you have your welcome dinners, you get together and you hang out with people. You have your Bass U brunch where you're getting together, as well as the fishing, and then the award ceremony where everybody comes together and cheers everybody on. So it's built around community. And that's what we love, and that's what we're here for, is to help build the fishing community. And so that's probably the biggest reason why we like the Kayak Adventure Series. And I know there was a little drama around the last one, but that was nothing that could have been avoidable for those people, and it had nothing to do with like the planners or anything like that. And they did what was right. So I was proud of them because I would not want to be in their shoes ever.
It would be a hard thing to tell a guy who's got 100 inches in a tournament that, hey, we're going to have to DQ your fish.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Oh, that would be tough. And I mean, especially
Oh, that's cool.
the guys are fighting it, so that's a tough thing. Yeah.
But it's built around community, and so yes, I would say it probably is becoming one of our favorites. Um, we just need financial blessings to just start with.
Yeah.
But we'd hit up every single one of them.
Which again, I've got to say, Lewis, like you're
That
awesome,
was really
dude.
cool.
Sending $10 in a live. I never expected anything like this. When I
No.
first signed up, when I first told Kayla I was going to do YouTube, like it was
I
kind
also
of
told him
a
he was crazy.
yeah.
Though. I tend to tell him that
She
he's
tells me
crazy.
that a
But
lot.
I
Anytime
did
that I
buy him the
start
GoPro
something.
though.
So yeah, I didn't expect to make money doing content creation. I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool. So thank you very much. SD Outdoors said, "Do you remember when you commented giant on my PB video?"
You're
He's got
like
it.
today.
Yeah, today on a huge log. We all need some financial
Yes,
blessings.
we do.
Yes, for sure, Trevor. So yeah,
Believing on it,
he's a teacher, so
plan
we
a
know
little
how
bit
it
better
is.
next year, and at least make a couple. Hopefully, that's the
Yes,
goal.
yeah, and meet up with more of you guys. Like I've
Yeah.
I mean, been talking to Trevor for quite a while, and I've not got to fish with him. I would love to fish with him. Josh literally lives in Indiana and fishes Patoka Lake that we've been to, and
Never got
I've
to
not
meet
got to
him.
meet up with him. So I would love to do that. Granville, I would like to come out to Colorado, man.
That would be really cool.
That would be cool.
That'd be really
That's
cool.
a state that I've
He's always
always wanted to go
there.
to. So it would be really cool.
We are from Indiana.
Yep, we're in Indiana. The last 2 uploads by the fishing noob.
That would
He's fly fishing. Yeah. Yeah. Trust me. So I talked to that fishing noob and then Jeremy from Dad Fish Tackle. I talked to them literally every single day.
Oh, that's cool.
And yeah, I saw that. I saw that you're out of Tennessee, man. But yeah, so I talk to them every single day and I give them a hard time, give him a hard time about being a fly fisherman now. So he is kind of all in on it. He's been having a lot of fun. He did actually go out in the kayak a couple days ago. I can't remember. I think it was the same day that me and Kayla went fishing. So Saturday, he went out in the kayak and fished for a little while, fished conventional gear, and then I think he said at the end of the day he did get out his fly rod and fish it a little bit.
I was getting ready to say when he was done talking, SD Outdoors, you need to check out Mid Tennessee Angling. He's a great guy, and he's from Tennessee too, so you definitely need to go check him out.
Yeah, so SD Outdoors, follow him, and also check out the Dad Fish on YouTube. So I was talking about Dad Fish Tackle. He makes soft plastic lures. I don't know if you throw any soft plastics, but he's out of Tennessee also, and he makes some awesome soft plastic worms and stuff like that.
I didn't know you. Teresa said she loves fly fishing, but not from her kayak. Did not know you fly fished. I've never tried it, but I don't know. I think it's one of those things that's probably too much for me. Probably not going to do that.
Yeah, I would like to fly fish. I'm going to learn it at some point, but I've got to make sure I set the time aside to learn it. So SD Outdoors said one time he hooked a giant 20-pound flathead, but it came off at the boat. Yeah, flatheads are a lot of fun. You'll see Outdoors with Eric is commenting on here a lot. That's my dad. So you said I look like your dad. So Outdoors with Eric is actually my dad, and he does a lot of catfishing, and he's caught some big flatheads. So the river that we fished all the time is known for giant flatheads. So Sean
made you
said,
an offer
yeah,
to go
come fish the
him.
championship with him for the Monday night league. It's an
8-hour
morning.
When it is.
Yeah.
October though is a hard month. Just saying. Hard month.
I would love to. I would love to. If we can make it happen, I'll come do it. Man, I would love to come there and do some. I would love to come up there and do some practice fishing before I came up there and fished your championship tournament with you. But man, I would go out there and I'd give it up my all. I'll say October.
It's a hard month.
It could be a really good month and it could be a really tough month.
Did I
that
say good
fall
month?
bite?
It's a hard month.
Yeah, well, you said hard month.
Okay.
But it could be a really good one too. That fall bite, if it turns on, October is going to be a fire time to have a championship.
I have a feeling it might kind of hit differently this year with the weather, but I could be wrong. But pausing for a second, There are 15 people on right now. If you could do us a favor and hit
Oh
the
yeah.
like button and maybe even share it, that would be really great. But at least hit that like for us. So
Yeah.
we really appreciate it.
Sharing the lives and liking the lives do a huge thing for the lives being seen afterwards. I always watch my analytics, and lives that have more likes get a lot more views afterwards. I can sometimes have 100 people viewing the live while it's going on, and just get a few likes and it not be seen, and versus having 15 to 20 viewing during the live that all like it and stick with it for longer,
Thank
and
you, guys.
some share it goes a lot better. So we definitely appreciate that.
That's right. We only need 2 more people to like it right now.
Yeah.
Everybody on liked it. And if you don't like us, then I don't know why you're watching anyway.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go look at a map, because aren't you from Texas, Trevor? And you're saying you're close to Colorado? I have to go look at the map now. That was not lining up in my head, but
that was his first catfish. Yeah,
That's
what
awesome.
a first catfish, bud. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, Trevor's in like northern Texas, so
Texas. Have to go look.
And I mean, we know how big Texas is. It's
I know.
huge.
I just feel like that one's still kind of far away from Colorado, but I guess not. I don't know. I know Granville also asked about content creators that we watch to learn from and things like that.
Yeah, I hadn't got to that question yet. Yeah, so content creators I like, I've already said multiple times. So I'm gonna first shout out my buddies. I love that fishing noob. He puts out some great content. Watch his stuff. He's fun to watch. He's a goofball at times, and that's what I love about it. You can tell he goes out there every time and has fun. He does a good time, or has a good time with it. Really does a good job of breaking some stuff down. I know he'll say stuff about, "Hey, I'm just a noob," but he's pretty knowledgeable, and he's learned a lot just because he's got out there and made himself learn it. And then the Dad Fish on YouTube. If you have any interest in making soft plastics, I think it would be cool, or just want to see him made, he has some pretty cool videos on that. He's got some ocean fishing videos with his wife here lately where they were out wading, and that was fun. He had one where he actually had his wife wear the camera the other day, and I told him that he needs to get her on the water with him more.
Ever seen whose face?
Because it was fun.
Teresa asked, have you ever seen his face?
I have seen his face. So Travis, that fishing noob,
always
covers his face.
Oh, that's funny.
So
he doesn't. I'm just gonna be honest, and he might watch this later. He did not look at all like what I expected him to look like. I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, you just like hear somebody's voice and you kind of get a picture in your head, and I was like, oh, well,
yeah,
okay.
we actually do phone calls every once in a while, and we'll do video calls. Me, him, and Dad
really
Fish.
Good friends.
We do it. So like I said, we talk almost every day. I love Creek Fishing Adventures. John Dalton is awesome. He's by far one of my favorite content creators, with a big portion of that being he's a Christian and doesn't prioritize fishing over his time with God. He's he leaves tournaments to get back home so he can be at church the next day, because he has some work in youth ministry and stuff like that. And that means so much to me, because so many people talk about, well, there's no better way to spend time with God than out in his creation. And that is a great way to spend time with God. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying that I haven't gotten closer to God at times that I've been outdoors, but that's not where I focus on God. My focus is on what's going on outdoors, and I admire him in the beauty of what's going on outdoors, but I don't focus on him. I focus on God when I'm in church and I'm worshiping with my brothers and sisters at the church. So I think that's really cool. Darren Wendell is very knowledgeable. I think he has one of the best fishing podcasts. He probably the best kayak podcast there is. I know his is very, podcast. Very, very kayak oriented. But yeah, he has a great kayak fishing podcast. He gets some awesome guests on there. I've been a guest myself, so I can say that they're awesome. He gets some great guests on there and always puts out a ton of knowledge, and he gets people that have a ton of knowledge and that will really push it. And then Greg Blanchard is one of the most fun people to watch in a kayak.
That's really who got him into it.
I probably wouldn't have started bass fishing if it wasn't for Greg Blanchard.
Yeah.
Creek fishing adventures I enjoyed because he kind of catches everything, but bass fishing is what Greg Blanchard got me into that. Watching his tournament videos is what got me started, and that's why I fish tournaments now. So his stuff is really good. Like Granville was talking, his frog fishing video, the frog fishing UFC challenge that he just did, oh, it's so awesome. Then I've met a lot of people through this. Sean and Charlie of the Casting Faith podcast. Their podcast isn't 100% based on fishing. It's more based on the faith side of things, but they talk fishing a lot in it and just really kind of have a lot
lot of I can tell we have similar minds because they bounce back and forth between different stories.
Yeah.
That's how I'm like, I get you.
I love their podcast. They're a lot of fun. Excited to meet them in person too.
I know.
But I'll let Kayla give hers now. I talked for 15 minutes about my favorites.
So I really suck at watching long form content. Like, it's not my thing. I love scrolling through your guys' reels and things like that, but I don't have very much focus to sit down and watch like a full length YouTube video. So I don't watch a whole lot of that. I'll watch short videos, instructional videos on like, how do you fish this? How do you fish that? I'll do that. And that just really varies. I try to find people who explain it in the way that I learn best, which is by literally just watching. I don't do well at like, I do okay with these because we're talking back and forth and there's that back and forth, but like watching something for an hour is probably not going to happen. But I like to watch or learn by watching like your hand movements and things like that. So I try to find people that do that type of thing. But it's just, that's how I learn. So I find people like that, but that really varies. I haven't found one particular person that I just sit down and watch like that, but I don't know. I don't watch a lot of that. So I just watch a lot of reels. So I don't know. I don't do a whole lot of that. I can shout out like my favorite reel makers and things like that. First of all, I want to say, go check out Teresa's Mama Gone Fishing. Go check her out. Yeah. She's even got a Facebook now. So go join her because I really like her. I like having another female out here on this. And
again, she gets really excited. I like that. She gets excited in her videos. Yes. That's again what I love watching about Kayla. I like seeing that excitement. To me, man, if you're not excited about your fishing, why is anybody else going to be?
Yeah. I like watching her.
I'm going to say Michael Bradley, thank you for joining, number one.
Oh, hi.
And he said Greg Blanchard is the black cat of boat fishing, broken boat. So he literally always has bad luck when he goes boat fishing. So on this last tournament video, it was funny because day one of their tournament, he had made comments to the guy who he was fishing with and said, hey, we're going to go out there. But he's like, my bad luck with boats. Like when I go on a boat, it's going to break. And the guy's like, oh, this is a new boat. It won't happen. Day two of the tournament, the boat broke. The engine started knocking and the guy ended up not being able to get the boat back back to the weigh-in. So they actually had to move their fish to somebody else's boat to get them back to the weigh-in.
That's really bad. I like watching Bait Barbie. She's really cool. She's actually coming out with a YouTube fishing with confidence type of series for women.
SD Outdoors said shout him out. Yeah, check out SD Outdoors.
He's a young kiddo.
Yeah, he's working on a channel too, guys. Yeah. Like, and SD Outdoors, you probably don't have a Facebook, but if you do, get on my Facebook under Southwest Indiana Outdoors also, and post your channel on there. I've got a post. It's a little while. I'll try to go and pin it, but because it's been probably a couple months back, but I have it on there for people to post their channels and to try to get their name out there. So I'm all for helping out smaller channels. I'm following you and I'm going to watch your stuff. I like to see people that are working on growing their channel. A rising tide lifts all boats. I say it all the time, and I would love to help you out, bud.
Yeah. And he also said that he would love to meet us sometime. I'm just letting you know, Mid Tennessee Angling is in Tennessee also, and we are definitely going back to float with him.
Yes.
So you never know, it might happen.
Yes.
So you just keep watching us, and we'll see about it next year, huh?
Yeah, we know about getting towed back to the ramp for sure. But sorry, Kayla, I didn't mean to cut you off in the middle of talking about
Bait Barbie. She's launching a new YouTube series. She doesn't normally post YouTube videos. She's doing a YouTube series called Fishing with Confidence. So where she's teaching women anglers how to like do their own things on their own, which I think is super cool. And I'm behind, especially after fishing tournaments and being like the minority. Like women can fish just as good as men. We all know that. I kick Chase's butt all the time. So
Trevor knows that. He says it all the time.
But anyways, so I like watching her stuff. I haven't watched her YouTube videos yet, but I'm glad that's coming. I don't know. I just don't watch a lot of that. I just scroll back and forth between everybody. I have everybody that I love. I love too many people to name them all.
Oh, it's cool. Tough. If you look at my subscriptions on YouTube, like I have a ton. Trevor Wagner, I like his stuff. Trevor does a really good job of breaking down different lures, fishing techniques. I mean, he did some videos on knots, like rod and reel combos, what to throw here. So Trevor has some really good stuff on that. If you're looking for someone that's going to break that kind of stuff down, which is kind of something that I need because like knots and stuff, I've never really been that good at it. I've always tied the same, just standard fisherman's knot. That's what I grew up tying. And, I've been slowly learning other knots. He did one on the,
I got the polymer knot. That's all I got.
The Alberto knot for that. He said another knot video drops tomorrow. Well, I'll be watching.
I really need to check out.
Yeah, Trevor's channel is really good. That fishing noob on the podcast side of things, he has some really good podcasts.
Yeah, I've listened to some of those. Yes. Podcast format.
Yeah, so yeah, she likes the podcast side of things. So yeah, those are great ones. I appreciate that, SD Outdoors. He said we're one of his favorite channels. So John Dalton is out of Tennessee also, man. If you don't follow him, check out Creek Fishing Adventures. I'm sure you do because he's got like 160,000 subscribers. But yeah, his videos are great, and he fishes there in Tennessee.
Don't tell him that, because then he's going to be his favorite.
Yeah. All right, we want to stay your favorite though. We want to stay your favorite, dude. No joke. So we went to the East Tennessee Fishing Show back in January, and we will go again this coming year. So next January, when that fishing show happens again, come meet us there. He said we'll say his favorite. Come meet us there. We'll make sure to say hey.
Trevor, well, why don't we'll have to bring you on. We talked about having guests. We'll have to bring you on.
So I'm gonna have to get a I'm gonna have to run. We
have to get some things for that to happen, but
whatever. StreamYard. I need to work on StreamYard, mess with it a little bit, and get it down.
Ooh, and we could have,
because I want to start having some guests on our podcast.
Yeah, we have a Chris few guests on there. Lined up. Get you talking about your fishing for hope. Or I'm saying that right?
Yeah. Okay. That would be great.
That'd be a good one.
That would be great. We need to have you on to talk that.
We're like so off topic, but it's fine. But that's okay, buddy. We'll
figure out a way to meet up with you.
Yeah.
We are going to make some trips to Tennessee next year. So
it's one of our favorite places.
We'll figure out a way to meet up with you. Just keep liking us for the next 8 months, until we make our trip to Tennessee. We'll for sure hit you up when we're coming in that way. You can have your mom or your dad feel free to message me on Facebook again under Southwest Indiana Outdoors, and just hit me up. We would love to potentially meet up with you next year.
Yeah. So shameless plug for Chase here. Since I'm just the support, and something he wouldn't say is we're getting really, really close to that 4,000 watch hour mark, like really close to it. Okay. And so we're going to start making some extra hard pushes to hit that, because it would be so beneficial to us. So you'll probably see more of these lives happening over the next months. We'll probably do every other week. I would say every week, but realistically, that's just not going to happen with our kids. But we'll probably start doing them every other week as we start making a big push.
Yeah,
to get
really,
to that
really trying to hit that 4,000 watch hours before the next 2 months hit, because I've got some videos that have quite a bit of watch time that are going to start rolling off in October. So help me hit that 4,000 watch hours within the next 2 months. I mean, what you guys are doing tonight, sticking with me through this live and talking, that's working. My Facebook is Southwest Indiana Outdoors. You look me up on anything, I'm under the same name I'm on here on YouTube, Southwest Indiana Outdoors. But yeah, I definitely appreciate you guys watching. I'm working. Yeah, we've done. I did a kayak fishing dads meetup, which worked out really good. And I've thought about doing a meetup for my channel. I still feel like I'm tiny. And I know I have 1,700 subscribers, but I have just a certain amount that are really consistent on following along and commenting on the stuff. But I would love to do a meetup, and that's something that we can definitely look at in the future.
Chris, go take your call. You can hang out with us later.
Yes.
We're going to do this more often.
Yes.
And then don't make your calls on every other Monday night from now on.
That's right. Yeah. Well, we need to call each other and talk again really soon anyway. Kind of talk over some things. So, yeah. Got anything else? Yeah. Yeah. And 500 hours is great, man. Like that's awesome. Yeah. SD Outdoors. I was following you. I like I said, I subbed to you today and watched some of your stuff. 690 subs is great, man. Like I remember first starting out when I hit more than like 50, I was like, wow, there are over 50 people that are subbing to my channel. So being at 1,700 is awesome. Hey, SD Outdoors, go back and watch my video. I have a giveaway video. Go back and watch that. Follow the rules.
Yeah.
It's probably 12 videos ago now.
I would say it's been a long.
I post 2 videos a week, so it's probably 12 or maybe even a few more videos than that. But go back and watch the watch my video on the giveaway. Follow the rules, and when I hit 2,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do a pretty major giveaway, and I'm gonna have some really awesome lures in there. This hat probably won't fit your head yet. But I have one of these hats in the giveaway. I know you commented about, making a hat. So these hats are absolutely awesome. They're flex fit, super comfortable hat. Maybe your dad does have that bald head. I know you talked about us having the same beard. Maybe he has that bald head, and maybe he'd wear the hat.
I think that was one of my favorite comments ever.
Yeah,
he looked like my dad.
Yeah. So yeah. Go watch that video, follow the rules, and get a chance at winning some really awesome lures.
That goes for everybody watching. Go back and do it, and then
I know Trevor's already done it. Granville's already done it.
Well, there's other people that are watching and not commenting.
Yes, so yeah. So like, I would love more people to follow that, because I mean, I'm giving it away, guys. Like,
it's honestly. I was like, why did you do all of that?
It's huge. It's huge.
It's
number one, I had several things already in it. I had quite a few things. If you had hair, would it still fit? Yeah, it would. It stretches.
I was saying
it still fit. But my bald head definitely makes a hat easy. He said he's going to watch the video.
We're going to get off here in just a minute, because we have to get all of our kiddos ready for bed.
Ready for bed, because it's school time.
So,
yeah, definitely go back and watch that. I threw some stuff in there already, because I was like, oh, it'll be cool adding some cool lures and a few things. And then Chris from 12 Oaks Custom is just so great. If you guys don't follow him on Facebook, check out 12 Oaks Custom Lures. The guy is just top notch. He makes some awesome hard baits. And when he saw I was doing the giveaway, he was like, well, let me send you some stuff. A few days later, I got a huge box of lures in the mail. So like, the guy is amazing. I appreciate him so much. And yeah, he's a big part of why the giveaway is as big as it is. The reel I got, I actually won in a tournament last year, so it's a really nice reel. It's a really nice spinning reel. I didn't want Kayla to throw it, because I was afraid she'd end up taking it over, especially now that she's like into the wacky rig.
Well, yeah, I probably should have got into that first.
But oh, awesome, you're homeschooled. But yeah, so there's a good chance, Trevor. Right now, there's only like, okay, I had a ton of bots, or well, people who have bot accounts that follow the rules, but I can tell when they're not real people, and I deleted all those. So right now, I think that I've got 5 people that are actually in the giveaway, maybe 6 at the most.
I should go enter.
So you've got a really good shot at getting it, Trevor.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
And it's going to be some cool stuff. You like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be cool to see, a fellow YouTuber get it that I know is probably going to do like a kind of walk through some of the stuff that they get. So that would be cool too. Yeah, either way, I mean, I'm just excited to get them to someone. I'm excited for somebody else to get these hats because, again, I love these hats. Yeah, so we're gonna make. I'm gonna have Kayla get some better pictures of that box.
I know.
And we're gonna post on all the socials what all's in that giveaway, and that might entice some more people.
I'm sure Trevor understands.
Help share.
But summer and like getting kids ready for school and back into school, like it's a total chaotic mess. But
yeah,
I'll get that this week sometime. But
yeah. Do you got anything else?
I'm trying to think. Did you answer? Did we do all the stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Chaos time.
Trying to think.
100%.
We have a new tournament trail we're gonna try to fish.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Put that out there for
if you live in Missouri, Nebraska, Minnesota, Illinois, Indiana, and there might even be another state. Check out the Working Man's Kayak Tournament, Kayak Series, something like that.
Working Man's Trail.
Trevor, you should check it out too because I know he said he sent out the final list of lakes today. But next year they're going to add more states into it. It actually is a pretty fun looking series. You sign up just like Grubby. You sign up for your day to fish. And that's why they call it the Working Man's Trail. It works for what hours you get off. So if you work nights, pick a day that's going to work with your night schedule. If you work weekends, well, hey, you can fish on a Wednesday or a Thursday. If you work throughout the week, pick the day. Pick the day to fish. But yeah, the Working Man's Trail, check it out. Thank Fishing Adventures, Stacy. You're awesome, man. Really appreciate that. He just sent $5. Like, again, you're the second person to send one tonight. That's means a lot. Thank you. You're awesome. It's special.
Daughter's turned 26.
School time in.
I know that they say it goes quicker than you think, and I am definitely realizing that. But man,
yeah, it's life is wild with kids.
We just had our first start of middle school, so I'm now a middle school mom, which is weird because I'm only like 20. So
Quick thought, Kayla, you should make some fishing snowgas for the Apostolic Girl Fishers.
I haven't replied, but I'll have to reply privately to that. But there's not that many of us, being honest. There's not.
We gotta make some changes to that.
Yeah. Well, I would love to do a local women's meetup or tournament, but or something like that of that nature.
So, and I told her because Working Man's
if it fell so long, I'm sorry, we're just like spewing things out. But
yeah. Thank you Fishing Adventures. You came on really when the video was over. So we're just kind of talking and talking to the chat right now. Yeah. So we can get you a shout out at NAYC. Yeah. And next year we'll be at NAYC.
Not next year. It's every 2 years.
Well, yeah. Next NAYC is what I meant to say. We're off the rails now. 100%. 100% off the rails.
It's fine.
Yes, I know. 40,000 people heard Casting Faith. I always message you guys on the days that I actually get to listen to the podcast. I absolutely love your podcast. So that's why I messaged you guys today. I had fun. It was funny giving Charlie a hard time saying that he was, beaten up on a security guard. You guys will have to check out their podcast to know the context of what I'm talking about here. But yeah, so ultimately, the Working Man's Trail next year, they're going to have a women's division. And I think Kayla
I have
should.
mixed feelings about women's divisions, okay? Like, but I would probably do it just to do it.
The big thing on the women's division is it gets women that are nervous to fish against men into it. And if they get started, then they're a lot more apt to actually fall in love with it. And I mean,
I guess I've just not been nervous to fish against a guy.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't really.
Okay. All right.
Oh, but I mean, I do get
there are definitely women that are. Yeah. So I think that the women's division is a cool thing. I think it's going to get more women into it, and I think that Kayla's. I talked to the guy about Kayla having a fishing clothing business, so I think that maybe she could kind of get in on the sponsorship of that, and maybe work out something where the competitors have a shot at a gift card for a lure, and maybe get herself out there more.
Yeah,
but really I mean, we're gonna get her clothing business out there to more people. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, so we have lots of things coming, big plans ahead. So y'all, thanks for sticking along, paying attention to us. Yeah, share it.
Share this. Share it with your spouse. Talk them into listening.
So here's my thing. All those tips, as much as they're about getting your wife out fishing, they can also just be used to make your marriage better. In all reality, if you just learn to communicate, I mean, it all comes down to just communication and being kind and asking for what you really want and need, and making sure you're sharing the same picture and words in and your words are explaining your picture well. So, share it. It will help out. It's something that we learned a very hard way. It's not something we learned easy. You see us, you think that we have this like incredibly awesome marriage, and it's like always been like that, but I'm telling you right now, it's
incredibly awesome. Like so stop.
I said that it's always been like that, and it's not always been like that. So.
But it's still a marriage, and marriage is hard.
Yeah, marriage is hard. And you always have to work at it. So
Bucktail Fishing. So Corey, thank you for joining.
Yeah,
we're literally just about to sign off, but you came in right on time. So thank you for popping in. Seriously, I'll say it again. I've said it multiple times. I appreciate all you guys. You guys are awesome, especially those that'll sit here and watch us and listen to us talk
the entire time
for an hour and a half. So thank you guys so much. Y'all have a great night.
Yes.
If you're at work tonight, find some time and watch some of our videos. That's and help us get those watch hours up. Seriously though, again, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining.
See you guys.